Hey, book friends. So I read this a couple weeks ago, but I kind of had to marinate on it for a minute to decide what I thought. Um, I think it was good. I just don't know if it was great, but I really enjoyed it and I would recommend it. So let's talk about it a little. If you've been living under a rock and you don't know what this is about Natalie, and she is a trad wife influencer, which means she's, the traditional wife values, gender roles. She stays home and cooks, takes care of the kid, while the husband takes care of the family financially. And they own a farm, and she records everything and posts it online and has millions of followers. So one day she wakes up and she realizes that she's actually in 1800s during traditional wife times, and she really doesn't know if she's going to be able to make it. I'm going to stop there with the description because I feel like if I go any more into it, it's going to be a spoiler. So we'll just talk about the characters. So first of all, Natalie hated her in present time. She's narcissistic, she's judgy, she's bossy, she's just a bitch. And then when she wakes up in 1805, I kind of started feeling sorry for her. It was a very weird sensation of going back and forth between, oh shit, I hope she gets out of this, and no, she's a bitch, she deserves it. And her husband's kind of the opposite. Like, he's a total man child in today's age. I'm not going to say I liked him, but I kind of found humor in him and was rooting for him to start this farm. And then we switched to the 1805, and he's an asshole. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that. So, like I said, it's kind of a satire on this whole trad wife fad that's going on kind of right now. So it's very timely. And I personally find this whole thing interesting because I feel like, and maybe I'm wrong, and maybe this is just me, that there is a part of all of us that kind of yearns for that time where it seems like things were easier. Like, we didn't have to do it all. We didn't have to cook and clean and take care of the family and the husband and work. It was very division of labor. And it kind of sounds like that would be nice, and we tend to forget that, yeah, but there was a lot of drawbacks back then. There was a lot of things that women could not do and how we were treated. The saying's right, you can't have your cake and eat it too. And I also kind of found it as being satire on social media. We always say you can't believe everything you see online. I mean, those of us recording this, we show you what we want you to see. And it's the same with all these big mega influencers with millions and millions of followers. We only see what they want us to see. And in Natalie's case, her viewers were not seeing it all. But it wasn't just that, it was kind of like this mental health thread going through it that, I'm not saying all influencers, but there's like a lot of influencers out there that they're just not getting the validation, or they didn't get the validation that they needed. So they get it from their viewers. They do this for validation, which is not healthy. And on the other hand, there's a lot of viewers who are obsessed. Maybe that's too strong of a word, but they're just too invested. They're too invested in these online personalities. And it also goes in a little bit about cancel culture, which kind of proves that there's not really a real connection. You really knew somebody and you knew their ins and their outs. And I'm just going on a tangent now. I thought this was interesting. I thought it was thought-provoking. I thought, it was fun to try to figure out what the twist was. And I'm very interested in seeing how this translates to the screen, because Anne Hathaway has bought the rights to make this movie. So that seems like it'll be interesting to me. Have you read it? If so, what did you think? Let me know in the comments.